Today, I got like the biggest wake up call from TannyRaw. Like, I usually don't watch Instagram stories, but I did this one time, and it was almost like she was just speaking to me. Like, it was just crazy. I have not been on my A game, and I will just say that now. Sorry, my dog's trying to play with me. I have not been on my A game. In fact, I've been on my F game, honestly. I have been, she talked about on her Instagram story, microavoidance, and not really like avoiding the big things, but like just avoiding the little things. Like you might not get up on a normal day like you normally do. You might hit snooze, and that kind of throws off your whole day because you've laid in bed too long, or you're scrolling through social media and you look up and it's been like a half an hour. It's the little tiny distractions that set you up for like bigger problems. And pretty soon, the things that you never would have done, you sometimes do, and sometimes you do things becomes you're always doing things, and how that throws you off. And it doesn't just, I mean, it's just in life in general, but even with your eating, you know, if you make your sometimes turns into your always, well, then that stops you from getting results. And it just spoke to me so much today that I thought I would make just a little video to kind of give you an idea of where I'm at on this whole avoidance thing, and I guess how it spoke to me today. So what's happening with me is, you know, the little, sorry, I have notes. Your little distractions that make you busy take up all your time, and then you don't really have time for the things that you really want in your life to make you a happy and sane person. And how that can trickle down to your family by you having, you know, an off day. You might be more prone to stress, and you might, you know, take it out on your kids, and then your kids are having a bad day because you had a bad day. And so it's just those little things. And I've been thinking more and more about social media, and I love making YouTube videos, but like my work schedule is just, I took a couple weeks off, and I literally sat on the couch and I just did nothing all day long, and it was so unproductive. I was looking back at these 2 weeks. It was great to just sit on the couch and do nothing, but it was wasted time, because I could have been making videos and scheduling them to upload for you guys, and I could have been adding posts for Veganuary into my January group. Even though I have most of them scheduled, I don't have them all scheduled. And so like I just felt like it was a big waste of time. My friend did come down and we did some crafting, and that felt good because I hadn't crafted in like 6 months, because I've been so focused on eating and weight loss and learning everything that I could, that it just, yeah. And I found out yesterday that my schooling that I was hoping to start in January has been postponed to August, because my transcripts didn't arrive Friday like they were supposed to. They arrived on a Monday, and had I known that, I would have overnighted my stuff. But like, it basically put me in just a crap mood yesterday, and I just feel like I don't have a purpose, and I don't have a drive anymore. And so the things that I would never do started becoming things that I sometimes do. And the things that I always do went down to pretty much sometimes or never do, and I should be always doing them. And one of those things was my health. I've gained about 6 pounds since this, I guess, from Thanksgiving, because I honestly am just eating stuff that I am not supposed to eat. Those always avoid foods are sometimes avoid, and now I'm just eating them. So I don't want to go back to the way that I was before, because that's what I did. I basically for a whole year said to hell with it, and got all this inflammation and everything back, and I don't want to go there. So I want to like hit that now. And I think that TannyRaw making that video on Instagram, like just totally made me realize that I am totally avoiding stupid things just because I don't want to do them. But when I don't do them, I feel like crap. And so when I feel like crap, then I start getting depressed, and then I start taking it out on other people and wanting to change my life. And like, it's just a downward spiral. And if I just pull myself back up and start eating correctly, then my mood enhances, and then I want to do the things that I should be doing and where God has placed me in my life. So it's just one of those things that, like, I almost started crying at her video. So I threw on some makeup today, doing a video to help you guys realize that, you know, these little micro moments of being busy and avoiding the things that you should be doing can totally bring you into a downward spiral. I have, well, by the time this is uploaded, I have already been to a New Year's party, but upcoming is a New Year's party, and I'm avoiding telling them that I'm not going to eat at this party because she always makes me feel bad for not eating at her things. I know she doesn't mean to, but she kind of does, because she's a doctor and she doesn't understand. She doesn't have any nutrition training. She doesn't understand how bad it is. And because I sometimes eat my trigger foods, she thinks it's okay just this once to eat it. And because I haven't said no consistently and every single time, now I'm expected to eat those things. So yeah, I have that issue, and so I'm avoiding that. But her husband is Ecuadorian, and they eat at midnight. Now, honestly, if I were to look at my whole day, all my calories are done by 7, 8 o'clock at night, because I try not to eat at least 2 or 3 hours before I go to bed. And if I'm going to be staying up, I'm certainly not going to be using the calories. We're going to be just sitting around probably playing games until midnight. And I don't want to be pouring in about 2,000 calories worth of food, because apparently they have a big, huge feast at midnight. It's not just a little meal. I don't want to be pouring in 2,000 or 3,000 calories and then basically having to not eat the next day and fast because I've already used up my calorie balance for the day. And I would rather eat whole foods than to eat crap, because I already feel bad. And so I don't want to wait until New Year's to do this. So I'm like starting today. Everything that I can think of is out of the house. And that's the thing. If it's in your house, it's in your mouth. And that sucks when you have a family who wants to eat whatever they want to eat. And so even if they're, like, our family's vegetarian, the cheese still crept into my sometimes, into my always for the last couple days. And no. Crackers too, like, we usually don't keep crackers in the house, and so someone gave me a cheese ball with crackers and I ate the entire thing. So it's just those things. And so she said, you know, the world doesn't accommodate health, and it really doesn't. If you look at any of the restaurants you go to, you go out to eat, you go to your friend's place, even places that you might have food already there, so like a hospital or something like that, they don't accommodate people who eat healthy food, and especially people who eat raw food. So I still do eat some cooked food, but I noticed that that is a trigger to eat more and more cooked food, and my sometimes cooked food becomes my always. So I have to be very, very careful. But it doesn't accommodate your health, and if you're not set up to succeed, you're going to fail. I mean, you have to make a plan. So you can either be the same as everyone else with the same diseases and the same problems, or you can be different. And so it's just repeating that over and over and over to myself, because there are a lot of times when I'm done being different and I want to be the same. And I've noticed that that's a pattern that keeps popping up in my life. And I want to be the same as everybody else. I don't want to bring my own dinners. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But at the same time, I don't want to feel bad. And so it's easier to stay compliant than to not stay compliant. And that's all well and said and done until you're tired of being different. And then your nevers sometimes become your sometimes. And so, you might have a cheat day or something like that, but you're just cheating yourself with a cheat day. A cheat is non-compliance. So that should be your never. You never cheat, but sometimes you cheat. And then sometimes that becomes your always. And it's just getting back to that root, why am I doing this? And constantly reminding. And, it's okay if you slip up, just get right back on it. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I have been slipping for a long time. And I don't really want to get back on it because I don't want to be different. But at the same time, I feel like crap. And my moods have been just crappy, and my depression's starting to creep back in. And I didn't think I really had depression until I started eating healthy and realized how bubbly and happy and like happy-go-lucky I was. And then as I start eating crappier and crappier food, then my depression starts kicking in. So that's all I have to say about that. And if TannyRaw ever watches this video, which probably won't ever happen, thank you so much for doing that Instagram story, because that was just awesome. And I wish you would have put it on your YouTube, but you didn't. So I can't even share it with my friends because it was very important and very insightful. And you can say it a whole lot better than I can. But thank you so much for all of you who watch my channel. And I hope that you are having a blessed new year, that things are going awesome, that you've decided to take a hold of your health, and always, always eat healthy and take care of your body, because that's the most important. It isn't about weight loss, it's about health. And if you don't have your health, you're going to spend the time wishing that you were healthy. And that's time better spent on something else. So if you like this video, click the like button, hit the notification bar, and I will try to stay updated on these videos and not be so bombarded by social media. You can follow me on Instagram at Fit Farming Mom and on Facebook at Fit Farming Mama. Thank you so much for watching, and have a blessed day.